Okay, I've debated about making this video for quite some time, but those who know what I'm talking about, and I guarantee it's only going to be about 1 to 2% of the people, which is fine because this message isn't for everybody. If this is not your kind of content, I need you to keep scrolling. So, the first activation of the awakening was waking everyone up to their generational traumas and curses by showing them that sociopathy and narcissism was not the 1% of mental health, that it was very common among the people. Now, the second activation was to wake you all up to the government using sociopathy and narcissism and different psychological tactics in order to get the sheep following them, addicted to them, and hooked on them. By lying, gaslighting, manipulating, breadcrumbing, all the things. Third activation was waking you up to the fact that there were hundreds of thousands, to the point of I'm questioning if it's even the millions of children missing. I know that it's 8 million a year in the world that go missing. 460,000 go missing each year in the US, but we've woken you up to all that. There's so many people talking about it now. I posted some media clips and put them all together, and it was about CPS losing 950 kids in Missouri. There were also more lost in California, Arizona, and Texas. The fourth activation is where we are at now. And this is the point where we tell you that Jesus has risen, or Yeshua is his proper name. The Christ Spirit has risen. Now, if you've been following the Schumann Resonance, I made a video about this about, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 months ago. But when you saw the Schumann Resonance, I showed you a symbol that I had recognized from my occult studies that was the symbol of like love and peace. I'll clip it here, hold on. This one. Unicursal hexagram. It's the union of two opposites. It's literally the love symbol. But if the Earth's frequency is changing, that would mean all the theorists on us ascending from 3D to 5D, where some of us have seen into the 5D already, or 4D, and we're ascending up to the 5D. This would make... So with that video, I've been paying attention to the Schumann Resonance lately and just making sure with this eclipse coming up that everything is good. But then I got my confirmation. I've already felt it. Everyone's feeling it. That is to the point of the fourth activation. We know his spirit is here, but we also know that you guys were indoctrinated to believe things that were not true about him. If you were born into a religion and you follow a religion, most of the religions do not have it correct. They're all based off pretty much the same story, just put in their own way that their rulers use to make their ruling better. They manipulated the situation. Don't get me started on King James and his family's roots and demonology and a whole bunch of other things. The Christ Spirit has risen. And the frequencies and the humans of the awakened and the chosen ones or the light bringers, their frequencies are rising, which is why the earth is rising. If you don't know what the Schumann Resonance is, it's a frequency that the earth gives off. It's basically the earth's heartbeat. Now, with the Christ activation, you're gonna start seeing a lot more supernatural things going on around you. Now, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I find it funny that all of a sudden, if you don't know this, you need to go Google it. The demon face syndrome is now becoming a thing. They're saying, oh, people have this mental illness where they start to see faces differently, and it's starting to happen more often. There are being more and more cases coming up about it. These people they're not sick. They're not mentally ill. You do the same thing with schizophrenics, but shamans take them into the woods and help them heal and get their mind right, because it's not voices that they're hearing. It's we're not gonna go. I have to be careful how much I say. My thing is a lot of mental illnesses aren't what you think, and they medicate us and drug us in order to keep us at our lower frequency. And when you get into frequency, you're getting into Nikola Tesla and Einstein, and I could go on about them for hours and how much they were 100% correct in everything they were saying. And there's a reason why there's not a whole, their lives got cut short. Nothing of what you thought this world was is what it is. This American dream we had and all these things, I could go on about this, and that's what my new series and my new path is. It's to wake you guys up to everything going on and the spiritual warfare that's happening. Nothing bad is going to happen on this eclipse. This eclipse is going to be what activates a lot more people. And the problem is that the more that CERN turns on and they start playing with dark matter, the antimatter, is the more that you're going to start seeing people start seeing these demon faces, etc. By the way, if you are one of these people who come out and start seeing demon faces, no the fuck you didn't. And if you were on Spiritual Talk and you hear about everything they're talking about, we're all agreeing, we all have the same discernment. No, the fuck you didn't. This world is going to drastically change. The earth is changing. The signs are there. Everything is going into the correct alignment it needs to. So don't fear. Phone call. Don't fear, because if you fear, that's what they feed off of. That is what the dark and negative energies of this world feed off of. They feed off of fear. That's the lower your vibration and frequency is, if you're indulged in all of sex, drugs, money, all that, your frequency is lower, you're more easy or susceptible to, which we'll get into all that later. This is just an opening. But from here on out, if you have no idea what I'm talking about and all you want to do is come at me and tell me that I'm wrong and I'm blasphemy and all these things, this is not your content. Continue to scroll. Leave me alone. For those of you who understand exactly what I'm saying, you need to stick around. Hang out, because we're going to get into it. I gotta have faith that even if majority think I'm crazy, that the ones who need to hear this and need to understand it will hear me. And that is all that matters.